This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Deshay Renee Motley.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Are you in need of electronic installation? One might be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Dyonte Jackson with WJ Electronic Services, LLC. How's it going, Dyonte?
Everything's good. Everything's good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So, we're excited to
Great.
learn all about you and your business. Tell us about your company.
So we started late in 2020, the COVID layoffs and stuff like that. I started in the opportunity to work for myself. And ever since, it's been a wonderful experience. W stands for Wade. That's my grandmother's maiden name. And J stands for Jackson, which is my mom's maiden name. So I just want to incorporate, the first woman I've ever learned to love and appreciate and gave life to me. I wanted to build my business off of what the love and what they provided me as a young child. So that's the motivation to work for myself as well as to build on that, the legacy of those two great women.
That's a great overview, and I'd love to learn how it all began. So, every business has a story. What's yours?
So I basically had a knack for like electronics when I was a kid, like programming VCRs and stuff like that at 6. I don't know if you ever used a VCR, but programming stuff like that as a young stuff, and it just came to something I took a knack for. Didn't really take it seriously until later on in life, but once I did, 16 years ago, became an electronic technician. That's what started me to want to work for myself. Is because when I learned so many different things under that umbrella, I was like, I know so much, so let me just try to make something of it. And here you go, WJ Electronic Services, man.
I love hearing those journeys. That brings me to another question. So, what's one thing people often get wrong about your industry?
Um, for the most part, people have a understanding of electronics, up until whatever they've dealt with, right? So unless you're dealing with a lot of stuff, you're not going to really know how installations work and what are the limitations to certain equipment that you choose to use or you choose to purchase and to get other equipment, or maybe you might get something that's cheaper. You might be overdoing it, and then that's what's not getting you the desired result of your installation. So just stuff like that, just making it plain for the customer so they understand, as far as this piece of equipment, this piece of hardware doesn't match or does not is not going to give you the desired results you're looking for, and then moving on with that. That's the only thing.
That's very insightful. And building a great business is one thing, helping people discover it is another.
Right.
So who would you say benefits from the most from what you offer?
Everybody uses some type of low voltage device in their home or in their commercials. So if you have a commercial business, or even if you have like a food truck, if you have a man cave, a she shed, you need my services. From the lighting to the light electrical to the furniture assembly, especially with the TV installation, security. There's a lot of things that we do, so everybody can use my services.
Absolutely. Have you ever considered starting your own podcast for your business?
Not necessarily for my business. I like to talk about sports and other stuff like that in my spare time. I do this, 7 days a week. I'm doing this 7 days a week. So talking about it is something that, I definitely would like to get into. But the main thing I was talking about as far as podcasting with like sports and stuff like that. But, this is definitely a good idea. Thanks for the idea. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So when you're not working, what do you enjoy doing?
Spending time with my kids, going to the gym. I need to do better on that, but going to the gym, going to gun ranges. I'm a big movie head, love movies. NBA, I'm a big NBA fan, comedy clubs, stuff like that. But mainly, like I said, spending time with my kids and going to the gym.
Those are wonderful things. And if listeners remember just one thing about your business, what would you want it to be?
Our attention to detail speaks for itself. We're available 7 days a week, so we would love to take care of everybody in the Houston and surrounding areas. We go as far north as Cleveland, Texas, far south as Webster, as far west as Fulshire, and as far east as Mount Bellevue. So We'll take care of you.
And what's the best way for listeners to connect with you or learn more about WJ Electronic Services LLC?
So we are on Google, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere but Tumblr and MySpace. The only places we're not. We're everywhere. Yelp, we're everywhere. So Google will probably be best. I have a 4.9 rating on there. You can see my work there. Also, my Instagram, We Love Work, WELUV Work. That's on Instagram. And then, of course, WJ Electronic Services on Facebook.
Well, Dyonte, I really appreciate you being on the show. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnphouston.com. That's gnphouston.com. Or call 346-643-4871.